Hello guys, welcome. Today we are going to see about the locators. So last class we have seen about the Selenium components installation. So what and all we have seen, what and all the Selenium components we have to install to run a very basic Selenium program. Java, Eclipse, Selenium jar files, test engine along with Maven also we have seen in the last class. So today we are going to see about the very basic and important concept locators. So what is locator? Locator is a command that tests the Selenium which GUI elements or the button or the checkbox. These are all the elements of the GUI. GUI is nothing but graphical user interface, that is nothing but the web page what we are going to automate. So this is a command that tells Selenium which GUI element needs to which GUI elements it needs to operate on. So which is the element you are going to fetch and then perform the actions. Okay. So to automate a script, Selenium's web elements are the prerequisite. Okay. So what are all the types of locators available? So let's say there are 8 types of Selenium locators are available. What are all the 8 types? Link text, partial link text, class attribute, ID, name, tag name, CSS selector and ExFAT. By is nothing but the class of all these types. Okay. Let's say the first type. What is the first type? It is nothing but the link text. So, for example, in the web page, if you have any link text, then how to find out that particular element in a web page. So, this is what the syntax of that particular element which is having forgotten password. So, let's say now I am going to show you how can we write the script or the code for that particular link text. So I have taken this particular twitter.com as an example. So here I have a link text called forgot password. So let's say this is A. So link text always starts with A attribute, anchor tag. So this is what the element we are going to find. Okay. So what is the syntax for the element? Syntax to write this particular element is nothing but, let's say, so this is forgot password. Okay. So I'm going to write driver. I'm going to use the very basic program which we have seen in the last class. So driver.get https google.com we have used in the last class. Instead of that, what I am going to use, like I am going to take this particular URL, Twitter URL, and then I am going to search that particular element inside it. So once you launch this URL, you have to find this element. So this is inside A class. So this is nothing but the anchor, that is a link element. So see here I have shown you how to find out this. See, by dot link text. So driver dot find. It is taking time, just a sec. It's still loading. Yeah. This is what find element by arg by dot. What is the attribute or the method name you are going to use? Link text, right? Link text. And what is the text we have in that? Forgot password. Correct. So always you copy and paste this particular text directly. Don't write by seeing manually. Okay. So double quotes, always this particular element what you are going to give, that value should be inside double quotes. Okay. dot. So if I want to perform any operation on it, so I'm going to click on that particular element. So I have given the click. Okay, so after that it will get closed. Now we'll launch the browser, we'll run this program, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so who and all missed to install the elements or the Selenium components, you can refer my last video. Okay, so let's start running the program. It is actually loading. Let's wait for it. It's launched. It's launched the Twitter URL, and clicked it got clicked on the particular element. Okay, sorry, I have another class also, that's why it is keep on running. Let me see what it is. Okay, let it run and complete, then I will go clear that code. Okay, just a sec, let it load completely. Again, otherwise I can stop it. So if you stop it, it won't close this browser. That's what the main problem. And here also in the result also you won't get anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this test. Okay, for time being. Okay, this is the very basic step in Selenium. Okay, to perform some actions. You know, we will be like doing so many actions in order to test the application manually. Correct? So the same thing you have to do it with the script. So that is why we are using these kind of action statements. Okay, we also have action class also, that we'll discuss later. Okay, so this is what the basic link text, how you are going to click on that element. Okay, next, what is the method, what is the locator? Next one, partial link text. Correct? So how will you do the partial link text method? How will you write it? So see here, have forgot password. So instead of forgot password, what I'm doing, I'm going to remove this. Make sure you don't have any other forgot word in the web page, then it will get conflict. Okay, this is like, so to take this, what I have done is like that also I have to say, see, right click, inspect. Once you click on inspect, it will show you which tag, which attribute it is, everything. So to make sure what you are writing, just double click on it, just copy and paste it. Okay, now partial link test is nothing but forgot I can take. Correct? So in the web page, not inside the elements, inside the web page, just give Ctrl F and type forgot. So you have only one match. Yeah, see here. So you can use that particular word. Okay, so I've given like this. Now if I run the program, you'll see, sorry, this is not the link text, this is partial link text. Correct? Yeah, and I have given forgot. So now let's run and see what it is, what the result it is going to give. It launched the URL. Now it's going to click on the forgot password. Yeah, it's like it have done its operation so quick, that's why you couldn't see failure 0, got clicked on that particular element. Okay, now the next locator, what is it, is like class attribute, correct? So the same example I'm going to give by class. So class is nothing but forgot, correct? So copy this, go to your program, by dot class name. Okay, class name double quotes forgot. Okay, make sure you give whatever is there just like that. So that is why I have copied the value of that attribute. Now class name I have given. Let's run this program. Let's see whether it's clicking on the particular element or not. It's actually waiting. Don't know why. Don't know what had happened. Is it still running? No, it got failed. So what is the failed one it has given? Like Selenium element not visible exception. So let's check one more time, or else I'll just give inspect. Okay, so let me click on this element now. Okay, it is login, correct? So this is the button attribute and it is the classes something very big. Okay, let me give. Okay, copied. Maybe it is because like you have so many forgot class. Yeah, have so many forgot class. See, so many matches like 8, 4 of 8. Whatever you are giving, you just paste it here, Control F inside this, or else you can use like just open the web page or the launch the URL. Just press F12 or right click on the element and click on inspect. So inside inspect element, you just give Control F and give whatever the class name you copied. Make sure it should be 1 of 1. Okay, is nothing but only one match should be available. So here this is the unique one. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to give this. Okay, so that it will click on the login button now. Okay, let's see whether it is going to click or not. Right click. You can run in that way also or run as test-ng test. I didn't save it. Yeah, saved. got failed, I believe. Yes, the same. Invalid selected. Compound class names not permitted. Compound class names not permitted. Okay. Okay. We'll see. It is like kind of class name is very big and complex. So I can. Okay. We'll see. I'm just finding out a very simple class name so that it will be very useful for you guys. This I can take. This is also one of one it is having. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this one and let's see whether it is like performing the actions on that particular element or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's run and see. It should not take much time. We'll see. Run. Log in Twitter. Password closed. Yeah. So make sure you are giving like a very small class name. I mean, not big complex one. Yeah. It got passed. Want to see? See here. It got passed. Okay. Next, what is the next locator we have? ID. Okay. This is nothing but the simple ID one. How we have given, likewise only you can give like ID and the string. Just click on it and the ID. How will you give? It is like just click on any element. These are all each and individual element I can say. So just click on any element. If it has an ID in it, well and good. Make sure it should have ID in it. Okay. Then only see. This one you can take and give. Before you give, just give one. I mean, just check whether it is like unique or not. I can give this. Okay. Double quotes and then this. Okay. Likewise, you can give. See, likewise, you can give. See, partial, link text, name, link text ID, CSS selector, class name, partial link text, tag name, ExFAT. So this ExFAT and CSS selector, I will tell you later. What is the tag name now? Okay. Tag name. See here. H1 is the tag name. So if I am, just close it, log into Twitter. Okay. Just inspect on it. You will get H1 tag. Correct. So what you can do is like, you have to have H1 tag only one. That is unique. Okay. Make sure it is unique. It should be unique. So it has only one H1. So see here, this like matching 1 of 1. It should be 1 of 1. So by dot, what I told you, tag name. What is that? H1. Correct? Make sure this is the correct one you have. Copy. Always copy and paste. Don't write it manually. Copy paste. close and then semicolon. Find element. So if you click also, nothing will happen. So I didn't give click on it because it doesn't have any operation on it. I'm just trying to find that particular element. So just save it and run it. So these are all the very basic selectors, not bit complex, and the very very big topics will be like CSS selector and the ExFAT. Okay, so that we'll cover today. See, it got passed. Okay. Next, what is next? CSS selector. So what in all the locators we have seen till now, that all the things are available in CSS selector. So but the syntax will get differed. Okay, see here, this is what the syntax we have. See, have given the example also. We don't have to run and see. Have given the example also. Let's say you know how to take this inspect element. So what it is doing is like input ID is equal to email. So if you want to click on this is like ID by ID. Correct? This is CSS selector's ID. So how will you give that particular thing here? CSS is equal to input hash email. So I'll just run one thing, only one in this. Okay. ID only, right? So we'll say this. We'll see what the ID it has. It doesn't have any ID. Sign up now. We'll check whether it has any ID. That is why. It has an ID, correct? So what is the syntax of that element? CSS selector, input the tag name, hash, the ID value, correct? So what is the tag name here? A. What is the ID value here? This one. So we'll write by dot CSS selector of, what is the tag name? Yeah, A. Before that, you just see the syntax once. See, you don't have to give CSS is equal to, just give A hash, A double quotes, you have to give inside double quotes, A hash and the value. Okay. Let's see if it runs fine or not. Okay, it's running. Let's launch that URL. It's going to, yeah. Let's see. See, it got passed. Got it? So likewise, you are going to write each and every CSS selector like this only. This is like if it is of ID, you have to use hash here. If it is of class name, you have to use dot there. That is the next one. See, CSS selector input dot input text. It's nothing but, see, this is what the class name. So for using class name, that's nothing but ID's value we have used after hash, right? Here also the same thing, input tag. Instead of hash, you have to use dot, and the input text is nothing but the value of the class. So here if you want to use this particular, no, it doesn't have class. So we'll go for login. We'll go for password, because we have written class name for password only, right? So this is also input, right? So just copy, just paste it here. Instead of hash, what you have to write? Delete dot and the class value. So copy and paste it over there. Okay, this is what the class name you have to write. Correct? Yeah. This it is considered as very complex because for each and every type of locator, I mean each and every type of locator of CSS will have the different syntax. That is why it is it's considered as a bit complex. Okay. So this is whichever attribute you want to use, you can use with this particular type. Okay. CSS input name is equal to email. So here if you are going to use any class or attribute, that you can give it like this. Okay. CSS input dot, this dot will specify class name, and the name is nothing but the attribute. Okay. Class values and the name is equal to email. So likewise, if you want to combine two or more attributes, then that is how you can use. Got it? Input dot input text is equal to name is equal to email. See here, input is a tag name, dot input text is equal to input text is the class name. For example, if you want to give the ID here, you have to give hash and the ID value and the square bracket and other attribute value. Okay. So likewise, you have to give. Here is something if you want to give it as a string, if you want to find the element by string, then it will be we have three types of method available. That is also starts like this. So input is the tag name, ID is the attribute name, and starts with will specify cap is equal to and the value. Okay. So let's say if I want to write it like this. See, input of ID. Of ID, what is that? Starts with, correct? So for starts and with, the cap symbol you have to use and this equal to. And what is the ID value for this? Go click here, see if it has any ID. No, it doesn't have ID. So I'll take class. Okay. Class, and it will starts with single quotes. Okay, starts with, you can use till here. Okay, because maybe in this JS maybe it will not be unique. See, 130, 115. So what I'm doing? So this is like this. Pass. Till pass I'm giving. Okay. Let's say what happens. And the close that square bracket. Okay. Got it. Now let's see what happens. This is how you can give by string. Starts with this value, ends with this value, like that you can give. Okay. Yeah, it got passed. Okay. Next one. What is the next one here? Likewise, you have to, if it is if you want to give it in the ends with, it's if the particular string ends with this many characters, for that you need to use dollar symbol, and the substring is nothing but in the middle of the string or the contains. That method I can say contains. If this particular class name contains this substring, then you can use. For the contains one, you have to use star here. That is nothing but the inner text. Okay. So inner text is contains, and the substring is nothing but the ID one. It's like substring is nothing but the inside this string you can give whatever the character you want to give, and the contents is nothing but if it has the sequence of characters for particular character you want to give, you can give this particular ID. Let's say for example in this, if it has password, then it will be like that string. Okay, so that is how the syntax get differs. That's why it's like bit complex, not much, it's considered as bit complex. Okay, so this is what the CSS selector about. Now we'll go for ExFAT. Okay, this is very popular locator, will use all over the companies. ExFAT, whatever you want to write inside ExFAT you can write. So what is ExFAT now? ExFAT is defined as XML path. That is the syntax or language for find any element on the web page using XML path expression. So ExFAT is nothing but XML path, and whatever the syntax or the expression you are going to use will be of type XML. So okay, so here we'll say HTML DOM or GUI, everything is same. HTML DOM is nothing but the web page. So HTML tags only everywhere the web page will be get used. So whatever the HTML tags are there, you can find that element using this XPath. Okay. Okay. So the very common or simple XPath I will write and show you what can be, how can we write. There also in XPath also we have so many types: ID, class name, name, link text. We have so many. Sorry. In XPath we have two types. Inside that we have so many methods contains. Okay. So absolute XPath and relative XPath. What is absolute XPath is nothing but it has only like single slashes like this. And relative XPath is nothing but directly you go fetch into the element. I'll show you the difference how you can write the absolute XPath and how you can write the relative XPath. And to find the elements you have to write relative XPath, because you don't know how many HTML tags or how many table tags or how many body tags will be there inside web page. So always you will be using relative XPath. Okay. So I'll show you the difference of absolute and relative XPath. Let's say for example, I'll take this h1 attribute. So to take h1 attribute, how many tags I need to pass and come? Can you see? So this is not possible. Correct. Absolute XPath is nothing but starting from the parent element, you have to like traverse towards the element with each and every element, then it will be called as absolute one. Relative one is nothing but directly you can pitch into the particular element and write value for the particular tags or the attributes, then it will be relative XPath. Okay. So absolute XPath is not at all possible because we have so many different tags inside a web page. So it is not at all possible. Relative XPath, of course you can write. That is the thing you are going to use for the scripting from now on. Okay. So what I am going to do, I'll just show you how can we write XPath for this login element. Okay. So login is a button. Correct. So what you can use is like double slash. Relative XPath will start with double slash. Okay. And what is the type of that particular element? Button. So tag name you write button and the square bracket. Okay. So inside square bracket, if you want to use whatever the attribute you want to use, you can use even this login text also. Okay. So now if I want to use type, @type. Okay. So if you are going to use any attributes, then it will start with @. Okay. And the attribute name is equal to single quotes value. Okay, equal to single quote value, close the bracket. So see here, you have only one match, correct? Suppose if you want to use, if you want to write this particular element with class name, you can write that also. But class and the value, what is the value? Copy here and paste it here. Got it? Now if you want to use this particular text with this text, if you want to take it up, yes, of course you can take it up. Just write text equal to single quote. Inside this you write what you want to write. Login. Copy and paste it here. Okay. Okay, now I am going to use this particular ExFAT in my script, and this will starts with by dot ExFAT. Okay, so this is also like somewhat similar to CSS selector, right? So why do we use that? This is very simple because all the elements you can write it in the same syntax only. It's like some differences will be there. That is like if you want to use text, you don't have to give at that symbol. If you want to use the attribute only, you have to give that at symbol. So simple differences will be there in the syntax, and compared to the CSS selector. For CSS selector, for each and every type you have to change the syntax, correct? So that is bit complex. And now the next one I am going to tell you how it gets differs. This is for the first point. Now we'll just run and see what it is. Yes, please. Yeah, it's running. Sorry guys, sorry for the background noise. Yeah, it got passed. Yeah. So from now on you will be using ExFAT to write the value of a web element. Okay, ExFAT as a locator you will be going to use for our own programs. Okay, this is very common and very popular as well. Okay, so we'll see what and all the types we have. So this is what the relative ExFAT, correct? So this is nothing but they have combined two ExFATs in a single one. So what I can do is like for this one, see, I told you, right, for forgot password, if it has like different languages, means too many different elements inside it with the same class. Let's say for example /a at class is equal to forgot, correct? See here, this is what the forgot one, correct? So what you can use is like if you want to combine this, if you want to traverse a bit, what you can do is like instead of giving like this, what I am going to do, span and then this. So it got okay. So what I am going to do is like I am going to traverse from this element. Okay, you got it? Traverse from this element. So let's say like this only we'll see. So it will start with the label, right? Label is the tag name /input and / this is not the child tag of this input tag. This is the same level of tag, correct? So for that, what you have to do, you have to give one particular keyword called following sibling. And this operator, and which element it has, which tag it is, A. You got it? This is what the combination of different conditions. Okay, double slash, label, slash, input, slash, following sibling. Following sibling is nothing but the same level of element, sibling element, you can say. Okay, so here if you want to use following, you can use following as well. Okay, I'll show you that as well. So see here. So what is the difference between following sibling and the following is nothing but the input followed by what and all the anchor class is there, that it will show. That is what, see here, it have come to matches of 3 classes, correct? So if it is like following sibling, then it will be only one match. Why it is something like that is like, it is like it will, if it is a sibling, it will show you only first sibling of the same tag name. Okay, if you use following followed by all the followed by that tag, what and all the A anchor tags you have, it will show everything. You got the difference, right? Following by this span, let's say following by this span, this is what the span we have, correct? So following by this span, we have so many different A classes. So it will show you what and all. See here, one A class. And likewise, if it has like, maybe I missed something, likewise it is like followed by whatever the anchor classes are there, that it will show. If it is a sibling, only the sibling tag it will show. Got it? That is what following sibling. Now I'm going to write the ExFAT for the preceding sibling. So this is what the main advantage in ExFAT compares to CSS selector. So if you want to go back to the element, you can use that. Okay, so for example, let's say from this class I want to go here. Okay, let's say for example password. See, this is what the password, and this is this one. So from this class, from this level, I'm going to write an ExFAT for this phone, email or username input class. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do, double slash input, or else every time you don't have to use it, just click here, okay, and type I am going to use as a attribute type. Okay, at type you have to give, always you have to give at for particular attribute. It will not applicable for the string or the text what you have. Okay, password, close it. This is having 3 different password inputs. So from here you have to go one step forward to input, correct? So here what you have to do, input slash dot dot, if you give it will just navigate just one step ahead. You got it? One step ahead it will go. Or what you can do is like, or ancestor you can say. Then ancestor you can say. Div of 1. Okay, from this div, this is like from this div. Okay, from this div, this is the preceding sibling for this. Okay, the before sibling element. So what I can do is like slash preceding sibling. preceding sibling, that is following sibling. This is preceding the sibling. What is that? Div of 1, I will say, for like for a safety I have taken as preceding sibling. I'm comfortable with this preceding sibling. I will take this. Okay, div of at class is equal to, got it? You got it? So you have come up to that div. Now you want to again travel forward to the input class. That's nothing but slash input. You know, if you don't give anything, I mean any conditions also inside this one, slash input if you give, it will just show you the result. Okay, you don't have to, once you give input here, if you see matching is 1, then it will be like one simple, I mean then it will be like it is already reached that level. You don't have to give any particular condition inside that tag. It's like, for example, at class, this and all, you don't have to give. Okay, likewise you can use this particular number or the simple thing, you can use it for any other tags also, any other tags as well. Okay, you got it now. How can we traverse back and travel forward in the ExFAT? This is what the main advantage over CSS selector. Okay, in CSS selector you cannot travel forward, but in ExFAT you can traverse backward and forward, both the sides. Okay, yeah, thank you so much guys for the patience. So I'll just summarize what and all we have seen today, and then we'll close the session. Okay, today we have seen the complete list of locators. Locators includes link text, partial link text, class attribute, ID, name, tag name, CSS selector, ExFAT, everything we have seen in detail. Okay, so based on these locators, we are going to write a script in the further classes. Okay, thank you so much.